Before my first experience with psychoactive substances, I never really paid much attention to the interpretation of joy and pleasure in my life. It's not something we spend time thinking about and defining it, which is quite surprising given that scientists to this day still don't know how our brain produces the feelings of pleasure in the same way as they don't understand how consciousness is created. Despite all of the technological progress, biologically speaking, not much has changed for us. Our nature is still pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. We all think and behave in ways that make us feel better. In fact, all the money in the world is spent on pleasure or on pleasant activities. These days, it seems our relationship with joy and all types of gratification in life became somewhat dysfunctional. There is an increasing number of rules and regulations that expand control over more and more areas of our lives, including what you can say, what you can wear, where you can go, and how you can enjoy sex. And because happiness and contentment is the domain of a self-sufficient man, those in control want to make sure that you're not free to enjoy what you want. Declaring illegal as many things as possible creates a dehumanizing dependency on regulations, and once they empty a man's soul, they can fill it with any type of programming or propaganda they wish. Heavily controlled entertainment industry consolidated in the hands of a small group of people made of mainstream media, global corporations, and Hollywood try to create a model of manufactured happiness based on the bizarre, soulless pulp of entertainment values addressed to everyone and effectively ending up not being appealing to anyone. This creates a society that doesn't understand the definition of pleasure and doesn't know how to enjoy life. Our modern technology-fueled lives gave birth to an instant gratification model of social structure, in which if another person is not a source of pleasure, then they're immediately disposed of. It's a whole generation of confused and misinformed people whose only available joys are the pleasure of escaping from reality and from their own mind. We even have people who are afraid of pleasure and don't know how to enjoy life. Some are so self-disciplined and so strict with themselves that they take away all the ability to discover and experience life through feeling good. In this video, I'm going to address all of this, and I'm going to tell you what I learned from the outer dimensional entities about pleasure in human life. I'm also going to tell you about a few simple methods I was shown that can help you make your existence here enjoyable. It's not the first or the last time I'm asking for you to finance the 434 structure. Given the censorious nature of social media, I need to put this message in all the videos. Machine elf knowledge is suppressed by the algorithms on all major platforms, and 434 can't experience organic growth without your help in financing and sharing these videos. Joining Patreon or Subscribestar is quick and easy. You can donate through PayPal without an account or use cryptocurrencies or bank transfers. Your help is much needed and much appreciated. Also, a quick info about new video on Peter Hedron about the value of encouragement in our life. Click the link in the right upper corner now or go to the video description. And one more thing, a newsletter. With the 434 book and merchandise coming soon, I would like for you to have the ability to find out about them without having to rely on the algorithmic whims of social media. Go to news.b434.com and leave your email address for direct contact. Link in the video description. After taking psychedelics for the first time in 2015, I had to redefine the idea of pleasure. The states of awe and the joy that contact with machine elves allowed me to achieve is beyond anything I've ever experienced in my life. I was in high vibrational frequency many times before in my teenage years, so I was familiar with some versions of this emotional state. But I never imagined how good one can feel once mushrooms remove anxiety and ego. Once I experienced hours of ecstatic and careless mindset, I understood the value of our healthy existence here. I understood what it is that I allowed to be taken away from me and what I'm missing out on by not taking care of my spiritual side of life. Machine elves confirm that mushrooms are a relaxation and pleasure tool. They explain that our memories, life experiences, and our imagination in psychoactive states can be recalled, enhanced, and amplified to let us enjoy them without actually having to physically experience them. They showed me this many times, and it is as good or even better as the actual experience. Joy and pleasure are actually a state of mind, and it is an incredibly therapeutic effect of psychedelics that you won't hear much about. Machine elves want me to be in contact with them more frequently, as this and the resulting relaxed states have a very beneficial physical effect on human body. Mushrooms showed me a very important aspect of joy in life that I wasn't aware of before. For rational and mentally sane people who have contact with reality like us, the sense of pleasure is generated by taking part, controlling, and celebrating life and ourselves for what it is. For those who are lost, or for those with no access to the divine knowledge about life, the definition of pleasure is the need to escape reality and themselves. The first type of joy has a constructive and positive effect on your existence. The second type has a detrimental and destructive effect, and our society is all about the second definition of joy. As I explained in previous videos, emotions are foreign to the entities and they can experience our human sensations only through us, and pleasure is something that they are very intrigued by. In my contacts with them, sugar has been one of their favorite things. For some strange reason, they love candy and they ask me to eat huge amounts of it when being in contact with them, at the same time switching off any negative physical effects that this level of sugar could have on my system. They actually used food to give me the most important message about joy and pleasure in human life. One night when I was in contact with them, they asked me to go to the kitchen and take out from my fridge a pack of grapes and eat it. This was a Californian variety of grapes called cotton candy, and I had never tried it in my life, and I don't remember anything ever tasting as good as these grapes while being in psychedelic state. Based on that one trivial and unusual experience, machine elves explained to me the definition and purpose of joy in human life. They said, life's full capacity can be accessed only by enjoying it to the full. This is the key to everything that life has to offer. Having fun is one of the reasons why you're here. In other words, being happy and positive is the only way to experience life fully. Those who are brave and open-minded will be rewarded and will have access to additional sensations, including psychedelics. Their lives will be better because of the willingness to explore that out of the comfort zone. Life is a waste if it's not fully utilized emotionally. There's a whole spectrum of emotions that most people don't try to have access to. This pleasure of eating cotton candy grapes on psychedelics is a good example. Most people don't try to widen their range of emotions. They stay in one place, not trying anything new. It's a waste of life. Life should be filled with experiments and testing of everything there is to experience. If you live your life to the minimum, you don't live your life at all. You're here to live your life to the full, to taste everything that it has to offer. Many of you know about the amazing combinations of pleasurable activities like sex or food mixed with mind-expanding substances, but the entities explain that you can also experience new type of joyful sensations by combining regular real-life pleasurable activities. It doesn't need to involve anything psychoactive. It's worth remembering this. For all these years, the entities have been teaching me about the purpose of pleasure and joy. It all started from them explaining the place of joy in the 434 equation. Joy is represented as a triangle placed in the middle between love and hope, represented by squares. The surface of this triangle is made of only half of the surface of the neighboring squares, and I was told that joy in human life should be well balanced and it should be a result of love and belief in the metaphysical. This means that although an important element of our existence here, pleasure and joy should be not the main purpose of everything we do here, as excess of it might have a detrimental effect on the ability to fulfill our purpose here. I think we all know that too much of anything can be bad for us. I was told that 434 values are the key to the knowledge about how we're supposed to live our lives here, and the purpose of the pleasure we feel with the use of psychoactive substances is to show us what our lives could look like when filled with love, joy, and hope. I was shown that by raising our vibrational frequency here, we can achieve the states of awe in this reality that are normally only accessible through mind expansion. Pleasure also elevates us and gets us closer to the energy that we're normally detached from. In other words, joy allows us to get closer to what life is. Love, joy, and hope all release the same high vibrational frequency, and they all lead to higher state of awe that in turn allows us to access our manifesting abilities and tap into the creating force. Joy equals using the law of attraction. Remember that what you are and what you think expands, being amplified and multiplied by the energy, which means that the more joy you feel, the more joy you receive. And that is why I was also told that pleasure in life is a remedy for depression. Surround yourself with things that make you happy. People, music, room decorations, whatever it is that will allow you to successfully create positive emotions. Joy is also an amazing help in creating a clear picture of your life situation. By creating a map of things that make you feel good in life, you will know what your purpose is, how far you are from it, and what you are missing to achieve it. Also, keep in mind that happiness releases restorative energy that changes and heals your mind and body. Joy equals relaxation, health, and longer life. Now let's talk about how to enjoy life. We need to start by saying that we're surrounded by pleasure in this life. In fact, there's so many opportunities for joy and happiness that we quickly stop noticing it in our lives. We're so immersed in the human experience that it is almost impossible for us to take a step back and see how much pleasure is contained within our short lifespans. Our body is nothing but a pleasure and joy-generating device. Imagine if you took away sleep, food, and sex to realize how you would get cut off from all the regular positive sensations your body experiences and generates on a daily basis. There's so many opportunities to enjoy this existence, but first you need to unblock the access to joyful stimuli from all around you by removing fear, anger, and negativity. This means lowering your ego's expectations from life and not constantly wanting more, plus being grateful and appreciating everything we have. This can be achieved by enjoying the present moment. Of course, as explained in many previous videos, love is one of life's biggest joys. This is related to the joy of doing good and the joy of helping others and living in this service to others. This in turn is related to creating harmony and living in harmony with others and oneself. Joy is also satisfaction of experiencing the process of self-discovery and self-improvement. And all of this while simultaneously appreciating the joy of being in presence of oneself. Remember that your imagination is an amazing gift you're given to create worlds that make you happy. If you need to escape from reality, at least disappear into the depth and beauty of your own mind. Let the energy fill you with joy. Find the key that will let you access these states of awe as often as possible, and let the energy flow through you. Discover the joy of psychedelic states and the personal awakening and liberation they come with. Enjoy good food, enjoy sex, and enjoy resting after hard work. I could go on forever listing the joys of this existence, but remember that as instructed by machine elves, all of them can be amplified by mixing and combining with each other. Remember that you come to this life with an intrinsic and inexpugnable right to enjoy this existence and to feel good. Don't let low frequency and chaos of this world take away your ability to live joyfully. Not your family, not society, and not the government. Be kind to yourself and create an environment in which you feel good. Machine elves showed me an incredible increase in life satisfaction the moment they switch off my ego-driven life pressure I'm deliberately torturing myself with. Remember that you're entirely responsible for your life. You make what it is, and your life is what you allow it to be. Everything is your decision, and you're in control how much joy you let into your life. Every day you wake up with a thought that makes the day a struggle or a day of happiness. It's your decision. Remember that people like you and me are different than the rest of society, and we have the luxury of experiencing joy by being in our own company. If you're perceived as maladjusted by spending time playing video games or concentrating on arranging crystals, it means you enjoy living in a world you can create for yourself. It doesn't mean that you're socially unfit. The opposite is true. It means that you're so creative and independent that you can design your own pleasure mechanisms and you don't need to rely on other people. That's a wonderful joy-generating skill you should be proud of. Remember about the importance of balance in joy and pleasure. There is a penalty on things we enjoy in life, and we either suffer with our health or our mind when we lose control. People chase after money and success externally thinking that they're going to bring them joy and happiness, but I got it all backwards. You need to go for inner joy and inner peace first, and then everything will appear externally. You shouldn't be satisfied with little if you're capable of and if you deserve to enjoy more. The energy, God, machine elves, they all want you to be full of awe, joy, and bliss. They want you to be like this for yourself and for all of humanity's sake. The more pleasurable your existence is here, the more joy everyone around you can experience. Remember that sharing your sorrow is half the sorrow, and sharing your joy is twice the joy. May the 434 river flow through you freely. Remember to leave your email address at news.b434.com, and on your way out, sponsor 434 by using the methods shown on the screen and listed in the video description. Visit the websites of the musician and graphic designer I featured in this video. Remember about b434.com and join 434 social media on YouTube, Facebook, BitChute, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and VK. Talk to each other on Discord, Reddit, and Telegram. All links in the video description.